Good morning everyone. My name is Ritesh and today I'll discuss the current affairs. I will discuss one topic which is facial recognition technology. Right. So this topic has been in news in the recent week, past week actually. So again, let us talk about the news itself. So first I'll talk about how we'll discuss the whole topic in this video. First, we'll discuss the topic that why it was in news. So we'll discuss the current scenario of this news, that why it was in news, why you see such kind of terms in your newspaper and editorial thing, right? Next, we'll discuss the implementation of the facial recognition technology, right? The whole topic. Then we'll discuss the facial recognition thing, that what it means, what kind of process it involves, what are the. Then we'll discuss the concerns with related to the facial recognition technology, that what are the concerns that are being related to this whole topic, right? Then the benefits of this technology, right? It is an outstanding technology, right? You have phone, you just see your phone and it's unlocked. So this is this kind of outstanding technology. So there must be some benefits. So we'll discuss benefits too, and that's it, the whole topic. So again, let us start with the facial recognition technology first. So why it was in news? So in airports at Varanasi, so you have to remember these cities also, because it may be asked from you in question itself. Airports at Varanasi, Pune, Kolkata and Vijayawada will be the first to roll out the facial recognition technology based biometric boarding system, and the service will go live from March 2022. Now these cities, Varanasi, Pune, Kolkata and Vijayawada, airports at these cities are saying that they want to roll out facial recognition technology based biometric boarding system, and the service will be live from March 2022. So from next year, this service will go live. Okay. So thereafter the technology will be scaled up so this is actually a test run sort of thing. If it's successful, then will be scaled up in a phased manner across various airports in the country. So again, if you talk about these things, so these are the international tourist destinations. Banaras is very famous among the foreigners and all, right? So first it will be a test run process. Then if it's a successful thing, if the technology has been accepted by the people, by the citizens of India and all those who are coming inside our country, then it will scale up in a phased manner through all the airports across the country. So that's this is the whole thing. That's why it is in news. Now let's talk about the implementation thing. So the Airports Authority of India has engaged with NEC Corporation Private Limited for the implementation of the technology as part of Digi Yatra policy, which seeks to promote paperless travel and a seamless journey from entering an airport till boarding a plane. Now, for the implementation process of this whole technology, these airports has engaged with NEC Corporation Private Limited. Again, for implementing this technology as part of the Digi Yatra policy. Now, Digi Yatra policy, what it is? It seeks to promote paperless travel and a seamless journey from entering an airport till the boarding a plane. So all these processes will be a paperless thing, and it will be very easy thing for a customer, for a traveler to do such kind of things, right? So Digi Yatra, you have again in the implementation thing, you have to remember this Digi Yatra policy, right? You can get an whole comprehension with respect to the facial recognition thing, that these airports has been started this kind of thing. You get these kind of ideas in your comprehension, and then question can be asked that it is a part of which policy, right? So Digi Yatra policy. Now again, it can be asked that Digi Yatra policy, what is the function, what is the basic aim, what is the aim of this policy, or what are the things that promotes this, right? So you have to remember this, that it seeks to promote an paperless travel, right? Seamless journey from even entering an airport till boarding a plane. All these things will be a seamless paperless travel journey for you, right? Okay. Now the policy was unveiled in this Digi Yatra policy was unveiled in October 2018. As per the original plan, the rollout of facial recognition technology was scheduled for April 29. Now this thing has been talked since 2018 and all these, but now these airports have started adopting these things. Now first it will be a test and policy and all, then it will be scaled up in a phased manner through all the airports across the country, right? So implementation, you have to remember one keyword, that is Digi Yatra policy. You don't have to remember the dates, that October 2018 and October 2019, these things. Just remember this, okay? Next is, what is facial recognition? Now facial recognition is basically a biometric technology that uses distinctive features on the face to identify and distinguish an individual. Now there are various things in your face. Every single person has a distinguished face, have a different face, right? There are certain things in your face that actually differentiate a person from one another, right? So again, this recognition is a biometric technology that uses features on the face to identify an individual. That's it. This is the basic definition of the facial recognition, right? Now AFRS, artificial facial recognition works by maintaining a large database with photos and videos of people's faces. Then a new image of an unidentified person, often taken from CCTV footage, is compared to existing to find a match. And again, see, this thing works by maintaining a large database. You have pictures in your phone, videos, photos, videos. So how this works is that if a certain person has been identified from a CCTV camera, right, which has been unidentified. Now this picture has been taken from CCTV camera, then the thing will analyze or compare this footage from the existing database, right, so that they can find a match and identify that, okay, this is the person that was being involved in this CCTV footage. So the basic aim is to identify the person from among all those persons, right? How they will identify? So by maintaining such a large database, right, from the existing photos, videos and all those things, right? Now the artificial intelligence technology used for pattern finding and matching is called neural networks. You have to remember this term, neural networks. Now the AI technology which is used for pattern finding, right, or matching is called neural networks. So just remember the definition, what neural network means. The AI technology used for pattern finding and matching is called neural networks. That's it, right? Now let's talk about the concern with related to the facial recognition technology. Now again, see, whenever you talk about some datas or these kind of things, first thing you have to, this is just a general thing, that you will get an idea that it is a threat to privacy, right? So first issue is threat to privacy. Now absence of specific laws or guidelines poses a huge threat to the fundamental right to privacy and freedom of speech and expression. Why? Because it does not satisfy the threshold the Supreme Court had set in its landmark privacy judgment, which is Puttaswamy judgment, right? Next, many institutions have not conducted privacy impact assessment prior to deployment of facial recognition system. See, these kind of things have to happen before you are taking pictures, videos, photos of an individual. You have to do a impact assessment of these things, right? So with related to privacy, it's called privacy impact assessment, right? So there are so many institutions that have not conducted such kind of assessment prior to deployment of this kind of technology. So if you're installing these kind of technology in your institution, you have to do a proper privacy impact assessment for this, right? So again, this comes a very serious issue that these institutions have not conducted any such thing. Then a function creep, again it's a keyword you have to remember, function creep. Now what it means? Now function creep happens when someone uses information for a purpose that is not the original specified purpose, right? So again, from in simple words, just if a function it happens when Again, if you go by the definition that if a certain thing has been, if you give certain thing to some other people to do some specific function, if I'm giving this pen to you to write, right? So this is a specific function that I'm telling you, or you are taking this pen to write. But what if you take this pen and just murder someone from this pen, like just use this pencil to murder a person? So this again comes as a function creep. I have allotted this, I've given you this pencil for a specific use, but you haven't done that specific thing by using such pencil, right? This works as function creep. Again, as an example in the slide, you can understand police got permission to use the FRS facial recognition system by an order of Delhi High Court for tracking missing children, right? So police got permission from the Delhi High Court to use facial recognition system to just identify missing children. But now the police are using this for wider security and surveillance and investigation purpose, which is a function creep actually. So because Delhi High Court has given an order for using such system for missing children, now they are using these systems for a bigger aspect, for surveillance, for security reason. No, you can't do such thing. This can be termed as function creep. So this again, it's a big concern with respect to the facial recognition technology. Now again, fourth one is this might lead to an over policing problem or problems where certain minorities are targeted. Now if you have such kind of large database of so many people, now over policing thing can happen, right? These people can misuse these kind of data, right? Even some government can use can actually exploit these data to like suppress minorities person, right? This kind of over policing happen, right? They can use these enormous amount of data to identify a particular person and take revenge on them. So again, there are so many things that you can use from these kind of data, right? Next is mass surveillance. Again, if someone goes to a protest against the government and the police are able to identify the person, then there might be repercussions, right? So again, mass surveillance can for mass surveillance they can use these kind of enormous data, right? Again, the basis of the AFRS is a cabinet note of 2009. The basis of this is a cabinet note of 2009, but the cabinet note is not a legal substance. It is a procedural note at best. So it does not form a valid legal system based on which the AFRS can be built. So again, the whole thing is based on a cabinet note. But what actually it means is the cabinet note is not a legal substance. It's a procedural note at its best, right? So it does not form a valid legal system based on which this system can be built. So it's a serious concern as well, right? For just a cabinet note, you have adopted such kind of thing in your country. So again, this is a serious concern. So lastly, we have talked all the concern with respect to the facial recognition technology. Now we'll talk about the benefits of this technology, right? First, it improves outcomes in the area of criminal identification and verification very well, right? Because through this you can identify mass murderers, even kidnappers and all. So you can identify. So see, these kind of data can be used in a very good way also, right? You can identify terrorists and so many criminals in a society from these kind of data. So these are some of the benefits of this. Then easy identification amongst crowds. See, first one was, it's also a concern, but it can also be a very useful thing that you can identify suppose a bomb, a suicide bomber is there in a crowd. Now you can identify that person in a crowd by using such kind of intelligence network, right? So this is a benefit as well. Then it boosts the police department's crime investigation capabilities very well. Then it helps civilian verification when needed. right? And no one will be able to get away with a fake ID. You can't use fake ID when this system will get adopted, because every now and then, in every corner you will find these kind of technologies, so that people can identify even from a crowd. So how can you even use a fake ID and think that you can escape from that whole surrounding? So again, these are all the benefits of this technology, right? So that's all for the topic itself, right? Again, from your examination point of view, just remember the facial recognition technology and keywords like neural networks, function creep, because these kind of terms can be if your comprehension comes from this topic, you can eventually find these keywords in your questions. That's it. I'll sum up with this thing. So thank you so much, everyone.